Feel safe now, Trudy?
You are dismissed. You are dismissed. You are dismissed. Damn you. Cersei. Naughty girl. You know you're not supposed to be up on the counter. All right, all right. Is that what you want? There you go.
And this is how many times you've seen him now?
4, Dr. Volkmore. If you count the first time when I only heard his voice. Before that, it was just a nightmare I kept having.
Trudy, can you give me any more of a description now? Is there anything at all coming back to you?
It's hard to say because he's more like a shadow with just the hint of a face. I mean, last time there was actually some color to him. He was kind of ruddy and narrow. He had a little beard. And his eyes.
Yes.
They were like dark frost.
Did he say anything other than that comment about your feeling safe?
Not with his mouth, he didn't.
Excuse me?
Those frosty little eyes of his. They did most of the talking for him.
And said what?
That we're gonna get to know each other a lot better as time goes on. I tried dismissing him like you said.
How's work?
Same.
Let me rephrase that. How's Shauna Higgins?
If you like having a horsefly buzzing around your head and making like it's going to bite you if you blink wrong, then I suppose it's okay.
Have you tried talking to her yet? Well, you thought about looking for another job.
Think about it all the time.
Shoreline Marine is not the only place looking for a good bookkeeper.
I know.
So?
You know me, Doc. Chicken shit. Besides, it'll be the same anywhere else.
Not necessarily.
You see, Dr. Volkmore, that's why this therapy thing will never work for me. Because I'm just not in any of your little books on things to do to make gutless wonders grow a backbone.
And does the Mohegan pray to this pagan god of the Pequot? Will he cling to it always? Or will he someday realize that the true Christian God in all his wisdom and strength has come to this land to cleanse it of its heathen worship? The world is changing, Uncas. Does the Mohegan possess the wisdom of the owl? Courage and the strength of the bear to change with it?
Hello?
Hi. Christian God who slew so many people of this land.
What's up?
And yet left his own free...
Not much. Sitting on the couch watching the tube and playing with Cersei.
You want some company?
Not tonight, Morgan. I'm really beat.
Jesus, Trudy, I hardly get to see you anymore.
Morgan, that's not true. What about last week?
My point exactly. Last week. One frigging night at the movies in the last 2 weeks. It's a great relationship we've got here.
I was tired, Morgan. God, Shauna was on my ass all day at work, and then My mother called all her sensible notions on how I should be living my life.
And that makes it a little too much to spend a little quality time with me.
I just love being put into the same category as your boss and your mother.
Come on, Morgan. You know that's not true.
Do I?
Funny how you always seem to have time for Dr. Know-It-All.
Excuse me?
Come on, Trudy, I wasn't born yesterday. How much time do you spend with your suave shrink, who's practically old enough to be your father?
Morgan, will you stop? Please?
I'm sorry. I just can't help but feel it's anyone but me that you want to be with.
All right. Come over.
It'll probably do me some good instead of moping around here all by myself.
Okay. I'm on my way out the door.
Love ya.
You too.
That was nice of you. Although, I do think that you were a little rough on him at first. You know, he really does love you, Trudy. You oughtn't be so cruel to him. And I really don't think Mother would approve. Do you?
Good. Yes, Mr. Holbrook, we're sending your sales out to get recut today. Not to worry. Sorry, it's just a figure of speech. We'll make sure everything is in line just as you'd like. Of course. Goodbye then.
Don't presume to be humorous with the customers, Trudy. Ed Holbrook has been mooring his boat here for years.
But I only meant...
Don't mean anything next time. Unless it's, of course, sir, we'll see to it. Understood?
Understood.
Hey, Trudy. Did Barry get a chance to put the shrink wrap back on my boat yet?
Not yet, Mr. Humphreys. It's been stormy these last few days, you know.
But that's why I want it done.
And that's precisely why she'll see that Barry takes care of it promptly, Mr. Humphreys.
Of course, Mr. Humphreys. We'll see right to it.
Hey, I was only kidding. It can wait till Barry's got a good day for it.
Well, that's decent of you, Paul. But Barry should have been made aware of the urgency prior to the storm.
Not to worry there, Shauna. Nope, boat's been through a lot worse than that. Just as long as we got a sweet girl like Trudy taking care of business, there's no problem. Now, you remember that.
Of course, Paul.
Thanks, Mr. Humphreys.
Keep up the good work, kiddo.
Get it done.
How has work been lately?
Next subject.
There's always school again, Trudy.
Next subject.
Really, Trudy, you're impossible sometimes.
Well, Mother, you just bring up things I'd rather not talk about.
All right. Have you been getting out lately? Trudy, there's got to be something we can talk about.
I've been out hiking in the woods. All right?
Alone, of course.
Well, how do you expect me to take pictures with someone yapping at me the whole time I'm out there?
Well, I suppose it's better than staying cooped up inside all the
I
time.
haven't been cooped up.
Then why did Dr. Volkmar suggest that you need to get out more?
Mother, don't worry. I'll take care of this. I'll get through it.
You know, there's medication out
I
now.
don't have any kind of social anxiety.
Then why don't you have any friends?
Oh, that's right. Kennedy Giles doesn't count as a friend.
That's that Jewish girl you've been hanging out with lately? Now, Trudy, you know I'm not the least bit prejudiced. It's just that that Giles girl has always been a bit peculiar.
That must go with being Jewish.
Excuse me?
Kennedy's my friend. Probably the only one I've got right now.
I know. And that's probably one more reason why you're turning out the way you are. Oh, Trudy, I only want what's best for you. But it's not natural that you spend less time with your boyfriend than you spend with her. Look, just promise me you'll try to get out more. See some other people. It doesn't have to be Morgan, although he is very anxious to take care of you. He could, you know. All right. I just wanted you to know how I feel.
Yes, I know. I promise I'll get out more and make tons of new friends.
Just a little. That's all I ask.
Hi, Trey.
Hi. How's Phil, huh?
Lose something?
God, I'm not that scary, am I?
I'm so sorry. I didn't see you coming up behind me.
I probably should have called out to you. Is this yours? Hey, I've had people scare me like that sometimes, too. You sure okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm having one of those days.
Understand completely. You take care now.
You too.
Always do.
See ya.
Trudy, we're getting into an area where we're going to have to take some definite steps. Obviously, this man is not real, but you've made him real.
How?
Well, this is a guess now, and only a guess.
Okay.
First of all, it's not as offbeat as you might think it is. What I'm saying, Trudy, is you're in good company. We all create our own demons, whether it starts in work, in the home, or certain aspects of our personal lives.
Are you saying I made this guy up?
In a sense. Likely it started from everything you've told me that's turned you inside yourself these past 6 months.
How?
No one can really say for sure. Possibly it started when you left school. That was only this year, wasn't it? Big emotional impact, wouldn't you say?
That's an understatement. Everybody was on me for that. Why is it that people can't understand that high honor students have as much pressure as everybody else? I mean, it's no Christmas sleigh ride having everybody you know telling you you're so smart and bound for such great success. God, it got to the point where all I wanted to do was just work in some fast food hole, just so that I didn't have to live out everybody else's dreams.
It happens more than you might realize, Trudy. But you know, there comes a day when you have to take those expectations everyone has of us, file them away, and get on with who we know ourselves to be. That's really all that counts. Then one day, what everyone expects us to be matters to them, but not to us.
Yeah, well, I haven't reached that point yet, Doc. So I guess this creep I keep seeing is still going to be around in my head until I do.
Is there anybody at all you feel comfortable around?
There's Kennedy.
The girl with the frogs.
That's her. And #1 on Mother's disapproval list.
Where's she on your list, Trudy?
Kennedy's the one person I know right now who's fully aware that I'm a nutcase. And she's okay with it.
I think we've got a plan.
More wine, True?
Sure. Why not?
So you're ever gonna tell me what's with all the frogs, Kennedy?
Old legend. Frogs are the symbol of safe returns, and I take a lot of journeys. So back to the subject. What do you think about talking to Jack and Eileen?
I don't know, Kennedy. How well do you know Eileen?
I don't.
Oh, it's her son that you know. Kennedy, you're asking me to go over to Mason's Island Marina, ask them to make me their new bookkeeper, but you don't know either of the two owners.
I told you my dad knows them. He's had his boat there for years.
And I don't know your dad. So who's going to tell them what a great bookkeeper I'd make?
I'll get my dad to do it. I've got him right here.
God, Kennedy, you're so whacked.
Look, Trude, from everything you've told me, you've got problems a little more daunting than a whiny boyfriend and a bitchy boss.
Yeah, well, my shrink seems to think they're both a pretty significant part of it.
You might be right. But I think it's all heading to a place he's never been to. How much do you know about spiritual lore?
Come on, Kennedy. I'm not into all that stuff like you are.
I'm dead serious.
You're talking like demons and such, right?
Hold on. I've been thinking about this ever since you started talking about it. I don't want to shake you up any more than you already are, but... It's here somewhere.
What is?
This. Old Jewish legend. It's really hard to read all this ancient Hebrew scribbling, but I think it says, a Shedim is a wicked spirit born of an unholy union between Lilith, the queen of demons, and Samael, bringing forth the Shedim, of which Asmodeus is the strongest. But I kind of doubt that Asmodeus is the Shedim that's bothering you, because
Kennedy, stop. I mean, it'd be funny if it wasn't driving me so crazy.
Trudy, I'm not kidding around. My grandfather was really up on all this stuff. These are some of the scriptures he used to read to me when I was a kid.
Great bedtime stories.
Not soft and cuddly like Grimm's fairy tales, or the Headless Horseman, or I suppose that Hansel and Gretel.
All right. What makes you think that I have a Jewish demon haunting me all of a sudden?
It's not a Jewish demon. Shedim is just the name for it in our stories.
So what's this thing supposed to be then?
Well, if I'm reading all this right, the Shedim pretty much feast on turmoil. It sounds to me like they sustain themselves by haunting anyone they find who's in a bad way. You know, it's a good thing you got that cat.
What?
Cats have a tendency to disturb demons. I think it has something to do with them being so hard to dominate. Demons aren't comfortable with that. Remember when you clutched hold of Circe?
And that's what made it go away?
Don't laugh. Look at all the people who are deathly afraid of cats. Caesar, Napoleon, Hitler, Alexander the
What
Great.
am I supposed to do? Keep Circe with me all the time?
No. You've got to stop this thing from feeding off you any longer. You've got to send it back into the shadows where it belongs. Take a good look at where all this comes from, Trudy. Just like the good doctor said.
Yes?
Trudy?
Hi, Morgan.
So, how about some dinner now, working girl?
Actually, I'm planning on going to Kennedy's house tonight for dinner.
You're kidding.
Why would I be kidding?
Come on, Trude. Kennedy Giles?
Morgan, don't start.
Okay, fine. Spend your Friday night with your precious weirdo little girlfriend instead of me.
God, Morgan. You're such a whiner.
Well, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Come on, Morgan, don't get all upset with me now. You could have called and said you wanted to go out tonight.
Yeah, right. A lot of good that would have done.
It's just that I've had a really long day. John has been a real bitch, as usual, and I've been looking forward to getting together with Kennedy tonight.
What do you do when you get together like that? Just the two of you.
What's that supposed to mean?
You figure it out, Trudy.
No, Morgan, you figure it out. Or better yet, why don't you just come over later and watch? Goodbye, Morgan.
not going to be that simple, Trude. You didn't think you'd get rid of me all that easily, did you? After all, Miss Prescott, it takes more than spanking your whiny boyfriend to dismiss me.
I'm not scared of you anymore, you... Whatever you are, I know what you're after.
Oh? And who told you that? The good doctor? Or your witchy friend?
You're not real.
I'm as real as you make me, dear. And right now, I'd say you're doing a fair job of that.
And I can get rid of you, too. I know how.
Do you now? Want to come inside? Talk about it? Not afraid, are you?
You know what? I think it's you who's more afraid. If you weren't, you wouldn't be trying to lure me inside your little hole there.
Then come inside.
No thanks. You little half-life. I'll choose my time and place.
I won't be denied, Trudy. It's not gonna be that easy. It's not gonna be that easy.
I'm certain it wouldn't have made that move if it wasn't getting worried.
Are you sure you're not just telling me what I want to hear?
Look, Trude, just you feeling right about standing up to Morgan made you less vulnerable. I told you a Shedim feeds on turmoil. Genuine resolve is something it can't deal with.
I don't know how genuine my resolve was out there in the boatyard. God, Kennedy. I was terrified.
Well, you run anywhere near as tough with Morgan as you were on the phone with your mother just now. I can see why that skanky little spirit's getting shook up.
And I just figured while I was on a roll, I might as well let her know it's not going to be Morgan who will be taking care of me the rest of my life.
Yeah, but handing the phone over to me to talk to her?
Well, it was time Mother finally learned who my real friends are. And that I'll be the one who decides that.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, Trude. But I've still got to be honest with you about...
Ken, are you expecting company?
No.
Who is it? Oh, God.
You did tell him to stop over.
Hi, you must be Kennedy.
That I am.
Trudy's told me about you. I mean, I've seen you around before, but I never really
Got to know me, right? Well, from what I hear, you already know quite a bit about me. Well, I assume you'd like to come in.
If it's all right.
Of course.
You, sleep down here?
Only when I'm too lazy on late nights to pack it all up and go all the way upstairs.
You should see the way she's got her real bedroom decked out, Morgan. It's really something else.
Yeah, maybe some other time.
So, I see you've accepted my invitation? Have a seat, Morg.
So, I was thinking maybe if you were done here and all, maybe we could take in a movie.
That sounds great. I just love movies.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I had a different sort of plan in mind.
I'm sure you did.
It's just that Trudy and I haven't been able to spend a lot of time together lately.
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, Morgan, I'm really tired. And all that wine hasn't helped either, so I think I'm just going to spend the night here. With Kennedy.
Yeah. We don't get to spend much time together either.
Fine. I don't want to stand in the way of anyone's personal preferences.
Oh, Morgan, you're such a wit! But you know what? I think there's a whole world of adventure just waiting for you inside your own pants. Why don't you go home and find it?
Nice to meet you, Morg.
Kennedy, thanks for everything.
Hey, anytime. Just remember what I said. Shedim doesn't like being cheated of its prey. You've still got some unfinished business.
Hey, True, how's the schedule looking for spring launchings? Any idea when mine's going in?
Spring's a long way off, Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm just anxious, I guess. Tell you what, though. You get me an early launching, and I'll take you out for a great ride in her.
Deal.
All right. We're on then. Oh, I got a dash. I'll talk to you later.
Count on it.
Yes!
May I speak with you a moment? First off, you never explain to a customer why their expectations might be out of line, joking or not. Second, I absolutely forbid fraternizing with my customers. Now, you will tell Mr. Rafferty next time he's in here that you will not be taking any joyrides with him on his boat.
The hell I will.
Perhaps I didn't hear you correctly, Miss Prescott, but if you expect to continue working here...
Oh, I don't expect that at all. I have too much respect for myself to do that.
I beg your pardon.
You can send my last check in the mail, and it better all be there. Get it done.
Just who do you think
you're talking to, you little bitch? You didn't think I'd let it go that easily, did you? What's the matter, Trudy? Not much resolve without a witchy friend, or the good doctor, or your little whiskered beastie around there.
Go away.
Go away. Go away. Oh, Trudy, I was expecting so much more of you than that. Now listen to me, you little bitch.
You're going to apologize this minute and do as you're told from here on. This business desperately needs to hold its own against the other marinas, and I'll be damned if you're going to pull this pseudo-feminist stand-up for yourself crap here. Just who do you think you are trying to walk out on me like this?
And furthermore, there'll be no more rude behavior towards your mother. Or that decent young man who's got more good sense than you'll ever have. Don't ever think you can rob me of what I'm after.
You pathetic little nothing. You don't even exist unless someone else is down. Well, you can go find yourself another prisoner. Because I'm out of jail now and I'm staying out. You are dismissed.
Jobs are hard to come by, Trudy.
Mercy. Come on, girl. Kennedy!
Are you gonna let me in or what?
Well, after that, I don't know. God, Kennedy, you're so black.
I know. Hey, good news. Dad says Jack and Eileen are really anxious to talk to you.
Cool. When?
You name a time.
All right. You did tell them, though, that it's not going to be a permanent thing. I mean, I'm not sure when I'm going back to school and everything.
Not to worry. All taken care of.
God, Kennedy, thanks for everything.
Hey, you're the one who did it all. So, how's this Jeremy do?
He's a good guy. We'll see how it goes, though.
So what's your weekend look like? You and Jeremy?
No. I think that you and me should check out the town and see everything else that's out there.
Sounds like a plan.